It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, Wayne County Board of Education will meet this Tuesday for a work session at 6 p.m. at this tech center. On the agenda under items of business, strategic planning, progress monitoring, capital outlay project update, setting the 2024 Board of Education meeting dates, high school culinary lab bid recommendation, also a financial report on the agenda, and executive session to discuss personnel. All that tomorrow, September 12th at 6 p.m. at the tech center. This past Thursday, RIAM of Jesup invited community members to the mill for a tour and introduced their new CEO, Delisle Bloomquist, to the community. Mr. Bloomquist spoke at the event and had these comments about RIAM of Jesup.
If you look at RIAM generally, we are about a $1.5 billion per year in revenue company, so not real big. We have 2,500 employees, of which 800 of them are here. Right? So Jesup, this our facility here, is by far and away our largest facility. We consider it to be our flagship operation. It's our most profitable operation as well. And it's our only craft mill. There's two technologies we employ. We use the sulfite mill. Those are at our other three locations in Canada, in Florida, and in France. This is our only craft mill that we have. And as a result, it is our most flexible operation. We can use hardwood as well as softwood here. And because of all the process technologies we have out there, we make a myriad of different products that are customized to very exacting specifications for our customers. As a result of that, we consider this business in large part a specialty business because we're specializing the products that we make to the actual specifications our customers are asking for. And it gives us really strong staying power with our customers. And one of the things we're trying to do is push to get the real value for those products that we do provide to our customers. Get away from the idea that we're a commodity business, because we don't believe we are. So we've been in this business here at Jesup since the 1950s. So a long time, 70 years. You think about that? 70 years or thereabouts. Believe it or not, it's not our oldest facility. I think Fernandina was the 1930s, 39. Much smaller facility, but it's been around since 39. Our Temiskaming facility in Canada, I think there's parts of it there that go back to 1911. And why these plants stay around as long as they do is because at the end of the day, the products we produce require the species of trees that we are processing. You know, not a pine tree is not a pine tree is not a pine tree. Each of the pine trees that we consume, each of them have different characteristics that go into products that our customers absolutely would require. Another customer may need a different species of tree to make their products. And so the plant here in Jesup is successful because it's in kind of the pine capital of the world. And I was mentioning at my table, there's actually a couple of species of trees here that are of super high demand and have a priority and value that you don't find many other places in the world. In fact, I don't think you find the slash pine anywhere else other than in this part of the world. And that's got a high value and we believe significant growth trends going forward.
Once again, those are the comments of RIAM's new CEO, Delisle Bloomquist. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor or the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. When it comes to mining near the Okefenokee Swamp, both Republican and Democratic lawmakers are on the same side. They're totally against it. Both the Jesup City Council and the County Commissioners have signed resolutions against such mining, and on Friday, Democratic U.S. Senator John Ossoff urged state lawmakers to block a controversial plan to mine for titanium at the edge of the Okefenokee Wildlife Refuge. Ossoff's speech was delivered during the Georgia Rivers Gala, a fundraising event in Atlanta hosted by the Georgia River Network, a nonprofit that protects waterways statewide and is opposed to the mine. Alabama company behind the mining project, Twin Pines Material, is seeking to extract titanium on a 580-tract of trail ridge, an ancient island sand dune complex that forms the eastern boundary of the swamp. Twin Pines says its analysis shows that the 50-foot deep pit it plans to dig and thousands of gallons of groundwater it will pump from the underlying aquifer will not harm the swamp's ecosystem, but environmentalists disagree, arguing that the mine will lower water levels in the swamp and increase the risk for intense wildfires. EPD says since January they've received 77,000 public comments on this proposal. EPD spokeswoman Sarah Lipp says that EPD has asked Twin Pines to clarify some items in their mining plan. Once those are received, Lipp says EPD will determine whether additional information is needed and then respond publicly to the volumes of comments and technical feedback it has received. City of Jesup is giving notice there's a public meeting to be held to discuss a wastewater improvement project funded by Georgia's Clean Water State Revolving Fund on Tuesday, September 19th at 10 a.m. at City Hall at 162 East Cherry Street. And they're asking for the public's input. The purpose of the public meeting is to inform the public of the need for the installation of the regional wastewater collection and transmission system, also to comply with state law, and to encourage public involvement in the development of a plan to improve the wastewater collection and transmission system. They state your participation is encouraged and considered essential to the selection and development of the final plan to be adopted prior to its approval by the State of Georgia Department of Natural Resources. Comments are being received in writing to Bill Schuman by email to bschuman@jesupgeorgia.gov. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes in the news: the Wayne County Historical Society meets this Thursday, September 14th at Captain Joe's Seafood Restaurant. Guest speaker will be Derby Waters, who present his newest book, Broadhurst, The Witch in the Garden of Bones. The novel is based on actual Wayne County history. Copies of the book will be for sale. Again, the program will begin at 7 p.m., preceded by a Dutch treat meal at 6 p.m. Memberships encouraged. Guests are welcome. Again, the Wayne County Historical Society meeting this Thursday, September 14th at Captain Joe's Seafood Restaurant. Wayne County's homecoming just a couple weeks away. Homecoming night at JC Stadium is set for September 22nd when Wayne County hosts Jenkins High School. Homecoming court and their escorts have been announced at Wayne County High School. These are the ladies and escorts that will be on the field that evening. Maddie Jo Blizzard, escorted by Grayson Spell. Veda Bowen, escorted by Rhett Ammons. Macy Carey, escorted by Garrison Grantham. Ansley Davis, escorted by Andy Peel. Tori Davis, escorted by Chase Davis. Reese Dean, escorted by Carson Shaver. Ava Edenfield, escorted by Elliott Wilson. Natalie Hendricks, escorted by Palmer Lamb. Morgan Humphrey, escorted by Corey Best. Charlie May, escorted by Court May. Ayla Robertson, escorted by Richard Pittman. Riley Rush, escorted by Nick Beasley. Gracie Townsend, escorted by Tyler Walling. P.D. Tyre, escorted by Josh Campbell. Jocelyn Westbury, escorted by Nate Anderson. And Zuria Wingard, escorted by Eldrin McGill. Once again, homecoming night is set for September 22nd at JC Stadium when Wayne County takes on Jenkins High School in a Friday night football game. That's going to do it for the latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan saying have a great day.